Hi, and welcome to a very special episode of M1 Yarns and the Michigan Makers podcast. Today, I'd like to give you all the details on this year's Advent box, Advent calendar. I see it called so many different things, countdown calendar. Let's just call it the Advent box for general purposes. So, without further ado, I'd like to tell you about the 2023 Advent box because they go on sale for pre order next Saturday, March 18th. There are limited quantities available, and so I want to give you kind of a walk through the theme, what a little bit of a teaser of what's in the box, things like that, so that you kind of know what you're getting. So, I hate the ring light reflection, so bear with me. So this year, I knew I wanted to do something a little bit differently from last year. Last year, I gave customers an option. You could either buy Kit A, which included 25 mini skeins, or you could buy 5 full skeins instead of the 25 minis. The full skeins were a big hit with folks. So I knew I wanted something centered around the 5 skeins. And so I started brainstorming probably, it was right around the end of December 2022, because I really feel like as a yarn dyer, I have to be inspired and jazzed up for what I'm selling. I did settle on the 5 elements. And the 5 elements are, you'll see it sometimes in like traditional Chinese medicine. You'll see it in all sorts of like, I don't know, kind of personality trait discussions and so forth. I do enjoy learning about all sorts of things. So for me, this was a little bit of a learning journey. So just to walk you through it real quickly, the elements are wood, earth, water, fire, and metal. And the reason why this really resonated with me was that over the last year or so, I've given a lot of thought to the nature slash science behind yarn. And that, these skeins don't just show up all colorful. Obviously, I get them undyed and I work my magic, but a lot of effort and a lot of hands and a lot of the unknown goes into getting a undyed raw skein, from the farmer to weather to, I mean, all sorts of things. And so I think I've been thinking a lot about just all the elements that go into yarn making. So this really resonated as kind of a more natural theme. Okay, so with that being said, each of the 5 full skeins in the box will represent each of those 5 elements. Plus, there will be a goodie um, to go with each element and each skein. And when I say goodie, I'm not talking about like little stickers and like, little doodads that nobody cares about in these, kinds of things. I'm talking about like real lovely gifts that you will treasure for years to come. They are all going to be sourced from small businesses with an emphasis on woman owned. And I'm really excited about that. I'm not going to give away what the goodies are, but I will tell you, as always with my boxes, you will get a medium sized project bag. The fabric will go with the theme, if you will. This year, I just debuted a new payment option. It's called Sezzle, Sezzle. There are no fees. It's completely free, and it'll split the total into 4 equal automatic payments at like I think it's a 2-week interval. They'll give you all the details when you select that at checkout. So if that makes it a little bit easier on your pocketbook, that option is there for you. I do ask that you order your Advent box separate from any other like regular items in my shop. Um, Free shipping in the US is included. I designed it with the 5 skeins with this idea in mind that you would open each of the 5, well, the first 4 on the Sundays leading up to Christmas, the 4 Sundays leading up to Christmas in December. And then on Christmas would be the 5th skein. Open the box, however floats your boat. I'm not here to judge. That was just my thinking on a cute way to spread out instead of doing like a mini skein every day, that a full skein would be like a once a week thing. I am bringing back an option. I called it the fuzzy add-on that I did last year because it was a big hit. Once you add the advent box, you have an option below the box to add on as many skeins of mohair or suri, both in lace weight, as you would like. Those skeins, as well as each of the 5 skeins, will all be surprise, one-of-a-kind colorways unique to this box. Now you can get the box without the mohair or the suri, or with. And if, let's say you want 3 skeins of suri for, a sweater or whatever, you can add as many as you want. You would just add the suri, and then once you go to your checkout, then you can modify the number of that line item. I'm doing early bird pricing. So from Saturday, March 18th until Sunday, April 2nd, the early bird pricing will be in effect. And then after that, it will go to regular pricing, which will be an increase of $30. And the boxes will be available until quantities are sold out whenever that occurs. What else can I tell you? That's the nitty gritty. That's the business. But if you are interested, I've been rambling on for almost 10 minutes. I'd like to tell you a little bit about my research into the 5 elements, because I wanted to really kind of learn from the theme and the research, because I think that will play into how I create the colorways. And so I'll just go over this really quickly. I ordered this book from Amazon, and it's called The 5 Elements by Dondi Dahlin, I believe is how you pronounce her name. It's really fascinating. It's all about understanding yourself and your relationships with others using the world's oldest personality type system. And I actually found it super relevant and interesting, trying to identify myself. And I've done personality tests before, but also the discussion points about if you're in a if you're let's say element A, let's say you're a water, and you're in a relationship with an earth personality type, what kind of conflicts or issues might arise. And I found it really fascinating and kind of reflective of my husband and I. So if you're interested in personality type kind of books, this is really worth checking out. And I will say, it totally is inspiring how I'm going to dye the yarn. And just to give you a really quick broad brush, water is never in a hurry, is very profound and philosophical. It tends to be low energy. It needs time alone. And then for each personality, she also talked about foods that you love that basically feed your soul. For water, it was watermelon, apples, berries, olive oil, garlic, and cauliflower. Wood is the next one. These types of personalities are strong and with a purpose. They are fearless, straightforward, albeit oftentimes led by anger, an appetite for change. And as far as the food, they love lemons, dark greens, salmon, almonds, and that was it for that one. Fire. Fire is the life of the party. They are full of charisma and impulsive. They love apples, carrots, asparagus, and raspberries. Earth, which I identify with, is the caretaker, the worrier, very enabling. They love comfort, they're dependable. If you think of like Princess Diana, she was an earth. And this book is really cool. It walks you through different famous people as examples of each element. Earth types tend to be warriors, worriers, warriors, worriers, not warriors. Those are hard words to say. Anyway, we love sweet potatoes, black beans, chamomile, squash, and fatty fish. And last but not least, we have metal. They are cool and collected. They are steely. They are functional, mechanical in speech, full of grace. They want to be in control, and they have a need for connection. As far as the foods, they like honey, walnuts, spinach, and juicy fruits and vegetables. So if that sounds like something that you find interesting, I encourage you to check out this book on Amazon. I will link it below. So that was kind of some of the inspiration that went into the box. And that is also giving you kind of a walk through the administrative bits of the box, what you'll be getting. And I will end this by saying this is a pre-order and it will ship sometime mid-November. Thank you for your consideration. Thank you for all your support of M1 Yarns over the years. I've really enjoyed the Advent boxes, and I truly believe that this one is going to be the best yet. So get your pre-order in ASAP, and I look forward to opening the box with you this December.